Back in action. This looks a little funny right there. Anyway, it was so picking up where I left off with it, man. Man, what the fuck? I'm gonna have to go watch that movie again because I what I brought that stuff for anyway. But yeah. So yeah, man, picking up where I left off at, man. I want to go back to what I was saying about feeling entitled or feeling like uh, the world owes you something as a original man or woman. You either stupid as fuck or you're not an original man or an original woman, or you're not, or you don't identify with the plight of the original man and woman. I just say original man because man really means mine, which is all inclusive, but we'll say both just to, so you won't think I'm just talking about man or coming from a misogynistic mentality. But you have to be either stupid as fuck or don't identify with us if you don't feel that way. Because every race from Hispanics to Asians, and like I say, even fucking Africans from Africa and all over the world has come to this fucking point. Because this, what it was, see, okay. America was meant to be a melting pot. It was proper, and that's why I'm saying about these guys who be like, well, the original, everybody has their own opinion, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, because I hear guys who I respect personally echo these sentiments or say these sentiments or whatever, express these sentiments. So I don't want you to think I'm just trying to chop a nigga down. But when people say the original Egypt was over here and it all started over here, it's like, I don't know where these things are coming from. I understand about the Grand Canyon and you had, but you people have to always keep in mind is that when this shit was the Pangea, or when this shit was all together before the earthquake or the shit that caused what we call the sinking of Atlantis and shit happened, all the shit was one. So of course you can find shit over here because you gotta remember Egypt was Kemet was a fucking empire. It wasn't just that little strip from even after everything had broke apart, everything broke apart. The pharaohs or the kings of Egypt or Sudan or whatever you want to call it ruled the fucking whole planet, just for lack of a way of putting it, from Kemet, even before even after whatever caused the goddamn. Some people say black magicians was playing with high explosives or whatever, and got too evil and fucked shit up, which makes sense because soot falling of the evil thing. Soot is a separation, so they got too involved with the black magic shit and caused earthquakes that caused the earth to break and the Atlantis and all that shit. And that's why I be telling people about Atlanta. When people are like, well, Atlanta is really the lost city of Atlantis. It's like, no. First and foremost, when you read up on Atlantis, go get secret teachers of all ages. When you read about Atlantis deals with water and islands and shit. So Atlanta, the city, is a special city. Don't get me wrong. I don't understand the Stone Mountain thing and this, that, and the third, and or whatnot. But it's landlocked. I can see if it was off the coast or some shit, off the shore or whatever. Then you could say it was some type of, but this shit is landlocked within America. So, but I just want to note that, put that in the documents, document that. Niggas run around saying that, like, it ain't even off the coast of the Atlantic or whatever. So, uh, but and let me hurry up and get through this because it's kind of. But anyway, so when all right, I gotta gather my thoughts. When everything was together, because you gotta understand that's the reason why those three pyramids are over there that line up with their goddamn belt over Orion's belt. You could talk all the shit about we was here, it was America is the real Egypt, and that's why they got names of Memphis over here and this, that, and the third, but you can't you find somewhere where them fucking the three pyramids line up with the three Orion's belt. It's a reason for that. That's the when the souls that inhabited the flesh of the first men and women came from the bowels of the earth. They came from right in that great pyramid, the middle pyramid. So whatever you want to say, even if they just came from right there and traveled out and came over, that is the fucking ground zero. Ain't no way around that. So y'all gotta deal with that. You know, I ain't in the debates and shit, but every time I hear niggas saying that shit, like, well, you know, Africa and Egypt is really over here and all that is fake or whatever the fuck niggas be saying. That shit just don't compute with me. And I am, you know, so yeah. So you gotta deal with that. But America is a fucking melting pot. It was prophesied. The reason we got into all that, me saying all that is because America is a melting pot. It was prophesied in the fucking Hermetica that the wording was it's a land not established yet that will be established in the future where everybody would come, people would travel from all over the world to this place, inhabit this place, and this would be the where all the where everybody would meet up at. If the shit wasn't established, then how the fuck are we running around here now talking about, well, this is the first, and we was before Africa and all that shit, blah, blah, blah. So keep that in mind. But I said all that to say, this is the melting pot. Therefore, what was predicted in the Hermetica, it happened. Everybody came over here. Italian, now Hispanics and well, what the fuck was that I was just reading? I'll find it. But okay, was that it? Yeah, I'm gonna get into that. I want to say that. But so now, did you have black people over here already? Yes. Do I feel like maybe the whole us being brought over here from Africa thing was exaggerated? Yes. Do I think there were slaves that were brought over here from Africa? Yes. All that is inclusive. It's all true. But and like I say, ultimately on a spiritual level, who gives a fuck about all what if you came, your lineage came, because at the end of the day, you are a soul being. When you caught up in that, well, I'm an FDA because my family was the Choctaw and all this old shit. Your last soul incarnation on this planet probably wasn't even a fucking. You probably was fucking Norse. You probably was goddamn Britain somewhere in your last fucking incarnation. A part of a family that has nothing to do with the family that you was born into today. You dig what I'm saying? You have to go beyond this shit. So yeah, it's cool to say, okay, but you can. I'm not saying you can't take pride in or acknowledge what or I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is doesn't render whatever importance your physical family or your biological family in this lifetime has on your path today. But what I'm saying is, don't get too caught up in that. Once you start talking about, once you get too caught up in that, but we were here, you, like motherfuckers be like, well, how do you feel, saying? Well, I feel like, I don't know, my soul could have been, my last fucking incarnation could have been in goddamn Australia somewhere. So I don't get caught up in that shit. I only go so far with those type of arguments. But I'm saying all that to say, everybody came over here in so many words, and pretty much exploited us. Therefore, when you look up today, and you see the conditions that we're living in today, in the words of my guy Pepper LaBeija, you should feel, he ain't said it, but like him, you should feel like you've been cheated. You've been fucking cheated because we in last fucking place. You know, and those that are the most exploited are in the bottom of that last, or the ones that are really at the lowest rung, is the motherfuckers from, like me, from the ghetto, the hood niggas, or whatever. Maybe if it was more people who come from the walk of life that we come from, it'll be easier to thrive around this motherfucker. Because when I go out, it ain't, because when you go out and dealing with people from different walks of life, they think, due to these stigmas and stereotypes that they put on us, they think that everybody's a fucking cutthroat bandit. So that makes it harder to move around this motherfucker. And it was designed that way. So you should feel cheated, just like him. Why when that part right there, when he said that, it resonated with me. I said, you know, well, and I'm saying it all to say, take it back to the title of this series, When Worlds Parallel. To hell with a sexual preference. Hold on real quick. Let me find this part of this book. Yeah, oh shit. That's like I was saying, man. This shit was a melting pot or whatever. And as far as Mexicans and South Americans and all that, let me show you what happened to you. Because you're niggas too. See, you just forgot. Now, some of y'all have been, have amalgamated with your oppressor to the point to where you, your skin is extremely lighter. And some of y'all may have become straight up Caucasians or whatever. Because let me show you what I'm talking about. I said it before, but I got this Robert Temple. You want to read about the Anunnaki and all that shit? Read this book. Watch this. Smile shit got a picture. He's like, thus we find. Hold on. I made to read all that. Okay, it's like, thus we find the explanation of the 7 Anunnaki of the underworld. It is also interesting to note that in Mexico, before the Spanish conquest, that's the key, before the Spanish conquest, the underworld was thought to have 7 caves, as you know. So, you think that you are originally, for lack of better phrase, black people or melanated people or original people or whatever. But as a man, still a man thinking in his heart, so he is or whatever, however that shit go. So since you've allowed your Spanish conquerors even to convince you that you are not one of us, therefore I don't look at you as one of us. If you if you identify with us, cool, I'll fuck with you. But if you're under that doctrine, that spell that you've been put under, to turn against us, then I don't know. If you say you're not us, you're not us. So, but I'm saying it to say, even the people that was already over here, first and foremost, Spanish is not your native tongue. Spanish came from Spain, and even that, that's why I'm saying you can't escape us. You can't escape niggerism. So you're like, well, I'm Spanish, and I know. Caucasians in Spain got the Spanish tongue from black people, the Moors, 7-Eleven, Spain, the Moors and shit, yeah. So even when you, even your tongue, look, the natives to the land over here were the Aztecs, the Olmecs, the Incas, the Mayans, and they all had their own tongues. So what you have now is an amalgamation of that with Spanish. And even with Spanish, you still can't escape us because that even came from the Moors. That's what I'm saying, we taught Caucasians how to fucking speak, period. How to walk upright get off of their all fours and walk like humans. We gave you motherfuckers civilization just for these motherfuckers to now look at us like we 3/5 of a fucking man and treat us with a heavy hand and shit. I don't give a fuck how fucked up niggas have become, because even that is a result of, at least to the degree it is now. I don't give you too much credit because we had problems before on the white man and shit. That's how the white man end up coming along and doing what we was able to do through our own inner turmoil or whatever. But you motherfuckers have some nerves. You owe us your fucking life. And you had a nerve to look at us as less than? Fuck yeah. I don't know if the shoe don't fit, because like I said, I don't paint you too broad, but I'm not like y'all kind of people. When I say y'all, I'm talking about, when I say y'all, I'm not talking about a particular race or the Mexican. I'm talking about people who have been tricked into looking at one particular race. Black or who've been trained to judge people based off stereotypes and look at races and say, instead of treating people based off the content of their character, I'm talking about people who've been trained and indoctrinated to look at people and base how they treat them off the color of their skin or whatnot. All this tribalism, cliquish shit y'all got going on. The average nigga walking around here don't give a fuck. All they give a fuck about is their own fucking personal lives and shit. Don't know about, so anyway, as you can see, I am not a happy camper this morning. This evening. So, when you look at us and say, yeah, fuck niggas and fuck the black man. I had first job I ever had, I was working with one of the managers was Hispanic. And she used to always call me Mayate. I never knew what the fuck that meant. And she was a slick, bald-headed bitch, too, because she said it in the way she would say it, you would think it was the term of endearment. Well, it kind of is, because they say, I don't quote me, but they say Mayate means nigga. So on one hand, yeah, you're right, I am a nigga. Because niggas, that's a positive word, it's not a negative term. So the joke's still on y'all with that shit. So you got them niggers and however language you want to say it in. it's still a joke on you because nigga is you just say nigga means royalty. So ha ha ha, motherfucker, jokes on you. But like I say, this is not an attack on all Hispanic people because I know everybody of that Hispanic people, all Hispanic people are not like that. So I'm not like motherfuckers who look at on the other side of the gate and look at niggas and say fuck all niggas and we against all of it. And if we can get over, if we can advance our race by stepping on their head, and so be it. You got motherfuckers out there like that. But those motherfuckers used to call me, but she used to say it like it was like, I didn't know what it meant. So I thought it was some shit she probably called her, she said it like, there's some shit she would probably call her son or her niece. Oh, hey, man, you out there? Some shit. I didn't know what the fuck it meant. Years later, I come and find this motherfucker calling me a nigga the whole time. Live in my face. So I just get unapologetic. I get to the point where I get unapologetic about a lot of shit, man. And like I say, I don't never look at one race and say I hate all you motherfuckers. But I do understand that for the most part, all races have been turned against us. And even that lightening of the skin thing, that doesn't. Because if you look at my girl, she just baby girl here, Selena. Her skin ain't the most darkest, but she's still black. She needs to have functioning pineal gland. So even that shit, the colors, that's how nature plays. That's one of the tricks nature is playing on motherfuckers now. You can have, she's what you would call the white ISIS, not saying it in terms of the white woman, but they said that the black ISIS would become the white ISIS, just like the black soil of melanin became, in the process of creating this whole earth, became the moon, the white ISIS. So she would be an example of the white ISIS. So don't think just because I'm paler than them, so we're not them. No, you might be a Caucasian, or you might be a very, very, very light skinned nigga. And we still dealing with Paris is burning. I just want to show, because it all ties in to the whole thing of being cheated. Because everybody over here is locked in, got their own little things going on. And niggas we so fucked up, we can't even get along to do shit. We can't even get along to set up a situation where we can take care of each other. So so back to what he said, yeah, I do feel cheated, I do feel entitled, and I do feel like motherfuckers owe me something, or owe us something. Excuse me, let me not be individual and egotistical about it. Do owe us something. But when you walking through this motherfucker feeling like you by yourself, you tend to say me and I. It just comes out like that when you don't, because niggas ain't shit these days. The darkest of niggas. I don't give a fuck. So I just want to put that in there for somebody, just in case somebody won't say, well, we were already here. Yeah, you were here, but you was nigga. You was a copper tone nigga. You was a copper tone. It's like, man, take it back to John Henry Clark, man. That nigga said, I can't remember, I need to find that lecture. He was just breaking down how we've been fucked over by everybody, and then when y'all finished, he said, there you have it. You have no friends. So all that I'm standing up. Oh, my Hispanic brothers and shit. It's like, that's cool too, because they are our brothers, but for the most part, them they have been trained not to give a fuck about you, just like white people. And as a matter of fact, in this day and time, it's probably a little bit worse. White people modern white people are not saying all of them, but you had, due to their historical mistreatment of black people, even they are the ones a lot of this generation are trying to clean their image up based off of the fact that they know their ancestors fucked over us. See, Hispanics don't have that history. So they just picked up on a doctrine that was left by the ancestors of those people and keep going with it or whatever. So they don't have no problem running you over and bumping you out the way either. So don't be careful with that shit too. And like I said, if you fuck with us and you love us and you consider yourself one of us because you know your history and all that, then I love you too. But if you one of the ones that don't give up, they don't consider yourself, don't stand in solidarity with us, fuck you. Point blank, bro. Point blank. So yeah, man, let me. Bro, I am livid. I hope I can shake this shit before I later on. I got some other shit I need to do. But anyway, so yeah, man, let me get back to the news. So yes, that's why when he said that, and get this book for you Anunnaki lover niggas. You niggas don't know what the fuck the Anunnaki is. You think there's some fucking aliens you waiting for to come. When the 50 Anunnaki, ain't nothing more but the 50 years it takes Sirius to revolve around, Sirius B to revolve around Sirius A. Outside of that, or they niggas said the 7 main ones, they ain't nothing but us. So stop talking like you feeding into their plan, which was to take God from within you and make you think of some shit out there. And not only that, make you think of some fucking aliens. And anyway, let me get back to this shit. So he was definitely right, and I consider him more. He might be, he might be gay or whatever, and whatever you want to speak about the Pepper Beijing guy. But in my eyes, he more gangster than a lot of your fucking rappers and all these niggas running around here screaming they gangster because they don't even have enough fucking sense enough to feel that they've been cheated out of something. They just worry about how gangster they look and how many niggas they can kill and who snitched and they don't give a fuck about how good, not even how good they can rap, because they don't give a fuck about how much money they can make off rap. Let me rephrase that. Sing, whatever the fuck they do. With rap, they don't give a fuck about even how good it is. I heard I was finna go there. But I heard some shit last night. I was just like, I don't even know how this shit even got to the radio. Them boys was trash. It was trash. And the DJ was like, yeah, this is the hottest shit in the street. I'm like, man, this is bullshit, bro. Niggas fucked up out here, man. Now I'm at my wit's end with a lot of shit. Like I said, including fuck niggas. Y'all run around this motherfucker bigging up niggas who brag about getting niggas who openly admit to oppressing you. Get them rich. Fucking these niggas, man. As you can see, he triggered something when he said that. His eyes like, goddamn. Anyway, man. So let me get back to it. But let me show you how let me get into this part. This is one of my favorite parts of all this shit right here. Like I said, I was looking at this shit, man, and I saw the dudes from the Pendarvis family. The dude's name, one of the guys' name was Kim Pendarvis. Now, first and foremost, I think I said this already in the other video, but I kind of recap it. The Kim Pendarvis guy, first and foremost, they worked under Clothos energy. Clothos is a deity of clothes making on a mundane level. On a creative mythical level, it represents the weaving of the physical flesh over the soul. So he's, for one, under that energy, Clothos. That's one thing. Two, like I said, I'm trying to remember how it happened. If it didn't happen this way, it happened in reverse. I think I saw the video passing by. I seen it first, and then I was reading this book. But I wasn't reading. The book was open, and I think I kind of like did one of these right here or something. But I caught at the corner of my eye. I caught the word Kim Penn. And I was like, I think I see the video first, and then that happened. And I said, hold up, Kim P. I said, man, why I know that? I just seen that somewhere else. But now I said, oh shit, that was either I saw the video first, and then that happened, or that happened, and then I seen the video, one of the two. Then the Pandavas, like I said, that's Hindu. Pandavas, the Pandavas, or the Pandavas. Go look up Hindu. That's Hindu and Indian. Then you have that's the house he was under, but it's spelled Pendavis, Pendavis. But that's Kim Pendavis. But you got Kim Pen Jigaku, which is the 4 levels of hell in Japan. And so when you start dealing with hell in Japan, see, you dealing with. So when we think of, first and foremost, the word hell can go so many different directions. Because like I said, back to this. That's another thing I was looking for. So back to this. I'll pause this real quick. Just another. So, all right. Since Asaru, and this is one of my favorite representations of Osiris, the name Osiris, the Green Man, El Kadar, or the vegetative Osiris. Asaruladu. I love that name. Since Asaru in summer corresponds to Asar Uu in Egypt, what about the Sumerian Asaruladu? In Egypt, the vegetative Osiris will be known as Asar Rutsu. But the liquid R and L are in Egyptian entirely interchangeable. This is a linguistic, this right here put in parentheses. This is I finally got the usually when I finally said it right, because last fucking video where I had to bring up parentheses, I couldn't even remember the name of what this shit is. Parentheses. This is a linguistic commonplace, and the contemporary Chinese do this when speaking English. See all the Asian shit coming all back in? Everything is everything. But I just read that to show you how, when I tell you that the R and the L is interchangeable, not only is it, Mr. Tony Broader speak about that Nile Valley contributions to civilization. It's also noted right here for people who may say, what the fuck is he talking about? He always saying that. No. And you should practice that. That shit, when you take them R's and L's and interchange them in certain words, that shit reveals it makes a lot of sense. I figure out a lot of shit doing that. So, this shit is like, I never seen, I need to go see if that shit is on Tubi. There's a movie called The Network. Now, I never seen the movie, but if you go watch, what's the name of that goddamn movie? Good shit, good badass movie too. Documentary, I should say. Zygites. You go watch Zygites. They got a clip. I need to go watch The Network. But they got a clip from the movie The Network where the guy said, "You gotta get mad, goddammit." Absolutely fucking right. But just remember what I told you. Anger is a terrible driver. That's why I tell niggas, I wouldn't sit here and say, hey, let's go out. If people just naturally do that shit, like the watch rides popped up happening and shit, whatever, then so be it. But I wouldn't sit here and rebel rouse to that degree. I wouldn't rebel rouse to the degree and say, let's just go out there and tear shit down, burn shit the fuck up. Now, if it happened, I'd be totally understanding of it. Because we ain't even, I know we waking up and shit, and we all, that's why, us finding out that they have been eating people is key because it just gives you an inkling. And even that, as major as it sounds, it gives you at least it gives you an inkling of the fucking. If that don't piss you off, I don't know what will, but at least it gives you an inkling. That shouldn't be the end all be all to your inquiry into how the fuckery we've been going through. That's the tip of the iceberg. If that should make your mind say, well, if they have the audacity to eat us, you know what the fuck I'm saying. This is that pepper spirit. See what I'm saying? The anger. You've invoking anger. You've invoking anger. You know, yeah. Let me get back to the movie, but I just want to say that. And I'm going to break that down. I saw root soup. Plants, vegetables and shit grow from a root. So we say a salt root to loop, a root. The root refers to the plant life growing from the root out of the ground. A saw, Isarula do. I wanted to say that. But the Jigaku picked the we ain't talking about fucking rappers. The Kim Penjigaku, yeah. See, the Americanized version of hell, or the Christianized version of hell, is just a place underground where you will be burnt by a fire or whatever, or some shit. I get more into that when we do. I guess we finna get into that in the next fever, Friday Night Fever. I do, but Christianity has reduced your concept of hell to just that. Now you don't. Well, shit. I ain't gonna even say that because you get the fucking these other. But at the same time, it's metaphorical. Because on one hand, it's like Bobby said, when your spirit is fire. So how in the hell, when you leave this earth realm, you can go somewhere and be burnt when your soul is something a million times hotter than the fire that you think of or you conceive of when you think of hell that Christians gave you or whatever. Or Christianity is gay. And even the mere fact of hell just being exclusive to a undesirable state, dealing with them L's and them R's. Hell is Helios. Helios is the sun. Take the L, turn it to an R, you got her or Heru. You have a lot of compound like Raha Kahudi, Harper Crotch, Raha Kahudi, H-E-R, it'll be Ra, Ha, H-E-R, and Kahudi. Raha Kahudi or Rahor, H-O-R, but the hey root, the her, H-E-R, which, tell you how I mean, this is crazy. Listen to this here. In Hebrew, he, H-E, is feminine, right? Then you're going to Kemet, Heru, or H-E-R, her, which is a short form of Heru, is masculine. Why? Because Heru is a masculine figure, or he represents masculinity. Now, we all, really you can look at it as androgynous, because like I said, the baby horse represents the soul, and men and women have souls. But he has a feminine counterpart, which is Mayat. So, or the Shekinah. Even when you look at it from that perspective, you are hell. Your physical body, that's why the inside of your body, they say it's like 99 degrees or some shit inside the body, whatever. That's why when you healing yourself or you get sick, you get the fever because the fire purifies. Therefore, when some foreign element is in your body and it's trying to heal itself, that's why your body heats up. That's why I told you that one day I ate them goddamn I ate that fucking what that shit was, chicken pot pie, and not knowing it was milk in the shit. This is about a couple months ago. I ate that shit and laid down. Next thing you know, my body started heating up. As soon as I felt my body start heating up, I said, "Oh shit, something ain't right. What the fuck? I done put it." Felt my body heating up. Next thing you know, my nose started running. I said, "What the fuck?" I got up, went to the trash can, got that can out. Milk. That's why your body heats up. So, on one hand, hell is Heru. Heru is the sun. The sun is a symbol of Heru. Take the alternate to L, hell. Helios. So, but take it over to Japan, you're dealing with they say you got 16, hell consisted of, but this is hell, really, because, okay, so you think about hell, you think about the devil, right? Well, in Egypt, devil is Set, Typhon, or whatever. So when in Japan, it's fire. It ain't just fire. Hell is fire, ice. And to add on to that, hell is fire, ice, and negation. Poverty, lack, not having those things that you need. That's why it can also be considered a state of mind, with all these things lined up with soot or set. That's why when the ice comes in, that's why it says 16 sub-hills, 16 frozen hills. The 16 sub-hills in the Jigaku is when, like I said, when all these go up, that water evaporates from the middle and it was in the top. When the 7 lamps would go up all up a hill, it freezes up, creates a state of negation. No more light. The energy in the light is scared. The little bit of light in the little flakes that's left on the surface or in that bowl are frozen. Like I was telling you about more of the letter man. You had that thin sheet of ice over everything down here once it freezes up. And as you know, ice is smooth or whatever. Rugged and smooth. But the fucking the 16 sub-hills, the frozen sub-hills, would be one with the 7 more spirits coming down here that'll give you 8, and it's a light side and a dark side to them. So 7 lights, 7 dark, 8 lights, 8 darks, 16. Now Kempen Jigaku is 4 of the 4 is 4 hills. The first 4 hills. 4 the 4 is it's Osiris. It refers to Isis and Osiris, but at the same time, the negative aspect of it is that's why I say thinking in the box. It's a trap. The square, the box, the 4. So when it's talking about the 4, the 16 sub-hill, the 4, when everything freezes up in a creation process and creates the soot condition or a desolate earth that needs to be resurrected by the sun coming back down. What was that? It was something else I meant to. That's what it was. When you hear, let me show you. Let me show you why you have to be liquid and fluid in the mind. Let me show you why you have to be like water. Okay. So when everything freezes up and when everything freezes up, when the surface goes from, when all the light first, the top starts like this top of the earth, or what is going to become the top of the earth is first black melanin soil, till the light comes through the center and floods. That's one of the North stories, floods all this, turns it into this. Then the light retracts and goes back and the water or moisture originally was inside of the melanin, but when the light came through the center and rose up, the water that was in the melanin precipitated and rose up with it, but couldn't go as far as the light went outside of the sphere of what became the earth. So it froze, it created the moon on the top or whatever. So when they say a cold day in hell, you have this shit. What is this, buddy? I'm a beast with this shit. I'll say it my fucking self. When it's a cold day in hell, you got, when all this goes uphill, I'm gonna have to draw a picture for that too, so I can, just has to have a visual. When all these lights go up here, and the sun is created, or hell, the Helios is created up here, this becomes cold, a cold day, and A-N-D, hell. So hell, and A-N-D, a cold day. When the sun comes back down through here, you have hell, and I-N, a cold day. And it hits this right here and wakes everything up and begins the process of the resurrection and thawing shit out. You have a cold day in hell, A-N-D, the coldness, A-N-D, in hell. And then when the sun comes back down right here and makes its way to the center, a cold day, I-N, in hell. And as a matter of fact, the cold day is created when Star Sirius inhales the light or sucks in the light, creating a cold day. So you have a Star Sirius inhales and creates a cold day. All from here. So you're trying to find in the book somewhere. Maybe you will, you can, but I wouldn't know what book. All that shit just came through me 2 or 3 days ago. So, but the Jiggle Penn Davis, the four hells. So the 4 hells would be when all this is froze. So you have a thin sheet of ice over this. You had a little specks of light that was left over inside of here from the light that retracted and shot out to create the stars. But these would be the 4 hells. And I wish I remember this shit, but because when you're dealing with Japan, hell consists of fire, ice, and of course like negation and all that, woo woo woo. So it'll be the 4, the Kim Pin, the black Kim being black, the black Pin, the subterranean world too as well. So this would be like when all these lamps set up. This would be the Penance of Hootie. This the lights coming from each one of them coming down here will be like him writing on the tablet. The book, 1 page, 2 page. So that will be the gold pen. Oh, my big pen is there. I ain't got them in there. Yeah. Get that, man. The gold pinions. Shout out to Amarasu, and fucker. And then down here you have the Kim pinion or the black pinion. It is. And I gotta do the research on the word Davis. But I know IS at the end is ISIS. IS. So I don't take too much time, but I'll do the etymological work on it at a later date. So see how spirit works? This is why you have to read, bro. Fuck them tablets. Fuck not that tablet, but fuck all of the electronic. Yeah, YouTube videos is good and all that shit. You have to read, bro, because the books is spiritual. It's spirit. To lack of a better way of putting it, it's spirit in them books. deities come through the words. That's why they say in the beginning was the Word was God, and the word was with God, and the Word was God. So yeah, you hear the words when I'm speaking, but when you read and see words, they reveal a whole. Like my nigga said, he said world. The only difference between worlds and words is worlds have an L, and words don't have an L in them. But every word is a world within itself. So shout out to the Pendarvis family. And like I say, that's that brown. When you see him in the when you see him, you see them niggas remind me of. We have friends of the family. I don't know where they at to this day, but Tony and Mike, two brothers. One of them was light skinned, one of them was dark skinned. So when I seen Kim and the other guy, the guy that had the stripes on, the turquoise stripes, kind of like this color. I think that's one of the reasons why. Now Tony and Mike wasn't gay, but I think when I saw them, first of all when I saw the Kim dude by herself, like damn, this dude. I know I don't know him, at least not in this lifetime. I probably know him in a different lifetime. I know I don't know him in this lifetime, but when I saw him like probably a kid, like it was a kindred spirit or something. I was like, I don't know what it is about this guy. I feel like I know him from somewhere. I can't explain it. It's like I felt like I knew him, and I felt the same way about the dark skinned guy who his own. I don't know if they brothers or they just cool with his homeboy or whatever. And I feel kind of the same way about him. I'm like, damn, it's like I know these guys or something. And so I watched the movie. Then I pondered back on that. The vibe I got from them two guys. I was like, damn, for some reason they kind of remind me of Tony and Mike, just based off of the Tony. Mike was light skin. Mike was the light skin one, and Tony was the dark skin one. And it's crazy because my tooth chipped and shit with. What was Tony? That was a kid, so it's been a while. Yeah, Mike was the bright one, but I remember Mike. We had a place called, we had an arcade out here, bad motherfucker, man. I miss them days. As you see, this shit is therapeutic. My movies like, that's why I say I just like Marv the Letterman. This shit to me is what dancing is to Marv. But it's funny because he I think it was a super track. Yeah, it was a super track. It was dudes riding go-karts. Something happened and something happened, but he ended up hitting his mouth on the steering wheel and chipping his tooth and shit. And I am with my fucking tooth chipped. For other than that, different reasons, but yeah. But anyway, so now this relates to what I told you guys a long time ago. The first year I started speaking, and I doubled down on it over the holiday season. When I was talking about the mirror, which is basically in the Japanese hell, a jigaku, it says an immense mirror exposes the naked, exposes the deeds that was done by to the naked soul of the person or whatnot. What's the naked soul doing when the surface fills up with the light floods the surface or whatnot? This would be the robe of Jesus or whatever. What they call Joseph's coat, the Technicolor Dream Coat. The Technicolor Dream Coat, because all these is the word G-Bib. This is the coat or the robe. It becomes naked the mirror, remember the moon is the mirror. So when the water comes up from the when all that water, when the surface looks like this, then the light comes through here, and then it rises up. That the moisture that was in the middle then rises up with it as far as it can. Once all that light, once these lights go up all the way up here and absorb all of there, this is as far as the water can go. So if due to the lack of heat down here, this freezes up, creating the mirror, the moon. The naked soul, even when this all the light goes out and shoot out here, you have you little particles of light left. All this is little hollow, dark, rugged, and gaping. The clothes shoots out and goes out here and leaves this naked. That's the nakedness. The naked soul of Sweet Jones. Shout out to Pimp C. The naked soul of Sweet James Jones. And then on another level, these are the naked souls, because when all the lights set up, each one of these lights or lamps are clothed by melanin surrounding them. When that root or that stem break off from right here, when this beam of this spirit light absorbs into this one, it disrobes itself, or the melanin that was surrounding it falls down here and covers up what was once naked down here. So them particles of light that's up in here get covered up or buried by the melanin that falls off of this when you peel the banana or take the clothes off, or however you want to put it. So that's the jiggle-cool thing. And then you see, like I say, they said the government killed these guys. There ain't no coincidence. I see this fucking movie the same damn week, or within the same 2 week span. The sun is burning hot and fucking branch and shit. Signs of the times. Now we're gonna go check out one more place and I'm gonna end this one. Now, I'm gonna say this first and then good. I'm trying to. That's a little order I want to do this in, but the Dorian guy from the video, right? You gonna see him with a stocking on his head, and he gonna be talking some real shit too. Like I said, he ain't just no dumb gay guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not referring to this just so you can go watch some dudes just frolic around screaming about how gay they are. No, these guys are saying things and showing you shit. You just have to pay attention. For one, you're gonna see, just like your man's Pepper had a Egyptian statue in his sitting in his house. The Dorian guy, he gonna have a Egyptian statue, right? When you see him talking about the history of the balls and all that, he gonna have that stocking on. That stocking. You know how they say the Egyptians used to have that elongated head, or at least Akhenaten or whatnot, which is this is Akhenaten, but he got his crown on. And that's where the alien shit comes from too, lamb and all that shit. That not no fucking person in the sky is coming down. They say in Egypt they used to at least in one era of Egypt or whatnot, they said they used to actually mold the head into like an elongated thing. See, my shit kind of like that too. You see, but it ain't just like that, or pot as well. I am not my hair. Yeah. If I was, I'd be running like a motherfucker. My shit is retreating and receding. But I gotta get up with this damn herpetologist or something. Then I got a spiritual sign of the day that put me in the impression that I think I can get my fucking hair to grow back. So you see my shit, if you see me with a fade one day, I magically come back with a fade, just know it ain't no sew-in, it's straight up juices and berries, baby, juices and berries. And that's key too. Watch the movie. Watch that shit. You was I ain't gonna even spoil it for you. You ain't seen it yet, but juices and berries, goddammit. Now this shit is coming together beautifully. Now if you look at him and then you go look at Mortal Kombat, you kind of see kind of a resemblance between him and Goro, right? Okay. I was doing the numerology on a word called on a deity called Ungoro, Ongoro, if I'm not mistaken. And when I finished doing the numerology, it translated into fee fi something. I got to find it. Mind you, the World Cup is going on right now. FIFA. I'm not a fan of soccer like that. So this I had seen, but it was funny because the day before that I had seen some shit about a commercial. Not a commercial. I seen some about the World Cup and FIFA and all that. And then the next day is when I did the numerology on this word Goro, which brought me to Fee Fi. You see how this shit? This is not. I can't make this shit up. So I'm looking at my FIFA. I said, hold up, we in the middle of the World Cup, the FIFA Cup. Anytime you do that World Cup, it's leg box shit too. Super Bowl, the Super Bowl, yeah. So I put all the shit together. I'm like, damn, this nigga kind of look like Goro. Or kind of put me in the, because Goro got that ponytail or whatever. The plaid. Or the pull back or whatever. And then I booked to this deity called Goro, and I do the numerology on it, and then I get FIFA right when the fucking World Cup is. I think it just when it's just anyway in the middle of the World Cup shit while it's going to FIFA Cup, which goes back to cheese, all that kick, soccer, probably something deeper than that I didn't get into, but yeah, this is real shit. So I'll leave it at that for right now, man, and we'll get back to it a little bit later this week, if not tomorrow. So y'all just hold tight, man. Yeah, y'all just hold tight. But yeah, man. So with that being said, man, peace, love, and hair grease. And I'm out.